Uh. 80 Guerrero off the top ropes. My flow special and gory just like I'm Chavo. You feeling froggy then leap, we kill the tadpoles. Rob Van Dam, the whole damn show.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to Music, Culture, and Wrestling. We got a great show for y'all tonight. My name is Vic. I'm here with Les. I'm here with Bianca. How y'all doing today, man?
Feeling good, feeling good.
So
Feeling
let's
great.
get it, man. At the top of the show, man, there's been a lot of talk about this young lady. Her name is Doechii. She had a mixtape late last year. Alligator Bites Never Heal. I really liked it. And she is just blown up. She is shot into superstardom. Gotten a K-Dot co-sign. Issa Rae did a performance with her, and recently Lauryn Hill brought her on stage, which is a big deal. And now she's getting industry plant accusations. I wanted to touch on this with y'all. Do y'all listen to Doechii? Do y'all know Doechii? Do y'all think these allegations are true?
Well, I think I think everybody's an industry plant at this point. What?
Okay.
To be honest. I think, a lot of people just work really hard to get where they are. They've been in the industry or out of the industry for whatever time. Like there's people backing people up. Like you can't help that,
Right.
So like it's hard to say if she is or isn't. But I like her music. I'm not like super into her because she's just not me. Like that's not what I listen to all the time, but I enjoy listening.
I really don't listen to her like that, but I don't think she an industry friend. So I've been hearing music from her. Like she was on like an XXX joint when he was still alive. For me, so like I doubt anybody could say that she an industry friend. She been putting her work in. The Alligator Bite joint was fire, and she deserved all the Grammys too.
Right. That's something I forgot to mention, that she won the Best Rap Album Grammy and maybe something else. But it all seems to be happening very fast for her. And it's interesting because she's been dropping music like 2015. So
Exactly.
I think I was like years ago watching like this Pixar documentary, and I think it was Steve Jobs actually. He said most overnight successes take like 20 years or something along those lines. And I think it's funny that y'all allow a certain carrot top to just kind of run around here, talking about poop in the lyrics, and we're not talking about you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
want to single her out. But like, these are not the same thing. At
No.
least I don't think. And all I gotta say is congratulations to her and all her success. She's been 100%, man. Applause is due, and hard work pays off, and I think that's inspirational. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Seems that that's all y'all have to say about that as well. Let's move into the wrestling segment, man. A lot to talk about. It's something unprecedented happened recently, and that is your boy. 'Cause he's not my boy; he's your boy. John Cena has finally turned heel after like 21 years or something like that. Bianca, I gotta get your reaction first on what was the moment like. What was it surprising to you?
It was definitely a surprise, but boy, was I hype. I was hype. I've been waiting for this. Because for me, Cena has always felt like the person who is a fake heel. Like, they push him as a face, but he does heelish shit. And
Rey
I
It was
Mysterio.
know.
Mysterio.
Yeah.
Like that's come on. How you gonna do that to him of all people?
Come on. Like, he's always been that way. So to have him do this is like, yes, I'm here for it. I know like all the little kids are mad sad. I know that like people are calling it Break a Foundation, Break a Wish Foundation or so, because he's probably not gonna do any Make a Wishes, but he's done so many
Right.
in his career, you know. And I think he's been ready for this. I think he's been wanting to do this for years, and it is the time.
Go
The
ahead.
time is now.
Well, well,
So well said.
But I appreciate the heel turn. I'm kind of mad like Triple H is almost giving it away with the this event's gonna be industry changing. Like, oh, just let it happen. You ain't gotta like leave the hint. We've been leaving hints since Royal Rumble. Like, but the kids, I don't really think they worried about the kids. Not that they didn't. They used to work to make it work, but I think enough of the people that have been watching Cena for so long, oh no, I'm kids. So now this is something like that. But his kid for the kid fans that's grown up.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. Uh, a lot of those because it's something I was watching the Chamber and I had seen. I think it was during the unsanctioned match. There was like a kid with like this whole Cena getup, and I'm like, whoa, like they still got those today. You know, like I didn't know Cena was like that guy to kids today, and he's been kind of semi-retired. So that's was very interesting to me. We spoke about how he kind of telegraphed it. He was like a little too much with his usual cheerleading. But I think like Bianca, I was hyped up. I was like, oh, it's gonna happen. It's finally gonna happen. And he puts that face and you know, and it's gonna be funny because Cody's been carrying this whole feud thus far. And he's, filming a movie. He's gonna come back I think next Monday, right? Yeah. So
no.
and I think you had mentioned Leslie he's just gonna say nothing and he's gonna leave. Which
That's what he should do, bro. He just come in the ring, let them boo him,
Yep.
drop the mic, and just what?
Yep. And I don't think you could do it any better than that because you got to make people wait sometimes. You got to dangle the carrot. I want to mention that as iconic and as great as this turn was, there was just a little thing that kind of held it back, and that was the involvement of Travis Scott. A lot of people have said a lot of things, and I don't want to again single anybody out, but a lot of these people are older white men, maybe British, who are talking. Who are talking about like, yeah. Hey man, I want the smoke. I don't want the British smoke. They can't cook their steak. Come on. So
they ain't got the time for
it. So then they're talking about like, yeah, like I asked all my friends and they don't know who Travis Scott. Okay, like Travis Scott is a lot of things. One of those things he is not is an ally. And I will be the first to say he is not for us, right? I mean, that man was with Kylie Jenner. He was bunny hopping. But we are not going to ignore that this man is a global superstar that sells out arenas or all around the world. We're like not going to, what are we doing right now? We're not, there's people that, I don't listen to Springsteen. That motherfucker, that guy sells out everywhere. Billy Joel sells out Madison Square Garden every time he wants to just perform there. I cannot tell you a Billy Joel song aside from the one that everybody knows. So
I still don't even know it.
It plays at Mets games.
That's why you know it.
No, I've heard it before. Not entirely. I didn't really. When I'm in Mets game, I'm like, oh, I'm now hearing this completely for the first time, and now for like the 18th time.
Yeah, this is just another Bad Bunny situation.
Right.
When Bad Bunny came out, and it's not similar because I feel like Bad Bunny was way more respected
Yeah.
because of the situation that happened, which I respect. But like this is just another Bad Bunny situation where people are like, who's Bad Bunny? And he's selling out arenas around the world.
And yeah, I don't understand where people can't get out of their own purview. Like,
Yes.
there is a whole world outside of your bubble, outside of
Yeah.
your house, outside of your neighborhood, outside of your country.
Yeah.
So that baffled me. Bad Bunny, it came with some criticism on that same, like
Yeah.
Bianca, like you were saying. What where people got to like him is that he put in work in, and that's the thing with wrestling fans. You got to put work in. You got to respect the thing. And Damian Priest, shout out to him. He's a world class. To me, he's world class. To pull a
Athlete.
match out of Bad Bunny, 2 matches out of Bad Bunny that were spectacular, that he had no business really having that great of a match. With Travis Scott, I think it just set a bad precedent for rappers, because now you got these people talking about him in the way that they are. And, maybe y'all can give me your opinion on this, if there even is anything to talk about. But I think that's the crux of it. Did he need to be there? No. Did he overdo it? Absolutely. But it just, in the view of people in the big market of wrestling fans, which is not people like us, it sets a bad precedent for rappers and I guess like current superstars. Like, you can even kind of, I don't want to lump them in, but you can say the Kai Cenats and you can say the I Show Speeds, if you kind of get where I'm leaning, right? It now sets a bad precedent for them. Leslie, if you have any thoughts.
I think it's good to have Travis Scott with wrestling because his fan base would be the type to watch wrestling. I just don't think it's necessary for that moment.
Right.
Like for the moment for the moment of returning, Travis Scott being in the ring with, he could have came out with the Rock, dapped him up, went backstage.
Yep.
And the moment would have been increased much better. Even though I the wrestling industry with the Rock and Travis on the back, it still wasn't necessary.
Do you think that there should have been some training or some preparation? Because clearly, as far as I can tell, he was not prepared for this, or they did not prepare him for this. It was like, hey, go out and da 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 da. Like a rehearsal. People get on AEW for not having production meetings. Looks like there wasn't a production meeting for this segment, or at least involving the Travis Scott part. Because everything else was smooth, but not the Travis Scott part. So that's my question to y'all.
I feel like it's even more reason not to have him. If they couldn't give him a quick rundown, oh, you need to do this, and he's a live performer. It's not like you don't know when live situation. So that's what I said. That's the only thing. It's not nothing for Aaron to be. That's it.
Final thoughts, Bianca?
He didn't need to be there. Come on. I could go on and on, but like that's what we're gonna talk about when we have a whole Cena turn, a generational Hollywood Cena happening.
Yeah. It's baffling. But I do think the turn went just about as well as it could have gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't hurt your champion. That's a valuable commodity, man. He can't. He needs a receipt. It just the way it works. He needs a receipt. Moving on to like the fallout of all this. One of the Elimination Chamber fallouts was Jade Cargill returning and attacking Naomi. I love the fake out with Liv there as an aside. But Bianca and Belair, not Bianca who's with us, and and Naomi had this promo, and we were on the chat. We were talking about it. Somebody was on one side, somebody was on the other side. So I'm gonna give the floor to you, Bianca. What do you think about this promo on SmackDown where Naomi admitted to being the one that attacked Jade Cargill in, I think, November?
Yeah, for whatever reason, I just didn't like this when I first saw it, and it might have been me tired. Like, I rewatched it. It is a good segment.
Right.
You know, I like everything is really good. I just wish it was Bianca. That's what I wish it was. I wish it was like she didn't do it and whatever, and then Bianca turns and is like, yeah, I did do it or whatever. That's what I kind of wish, because now we're going into like Naomi Jade and not really Bianca Jade, which I understand because Bianca's in a whole different tier right now, and like they need them to be doing something else. So I understand why it happened, but I felt like Bianca Jade was a bigger match to have.
I felt like Bianca's on her way to a heel turn. And she still has something to do with it. Her and Naomi, they in cahoots right now. But the segment alone, it was kind of too over dramatic with the crying and then Hotel Trinity and all that. Like, really real. Like, it felt like a soap opera. It felt too much like a soap opera. It didn't feel like wrestling, even though it really is a soap opera for men. But it felt so.
Some would say a Tyler Perry film. That's what I was reading.
No.
Very
That was better, way better than her power.
Hey, I will say this. This is a sidebar. I've only seen one Tyler Perry movie that was like a couple months ago. It's Temptations with Journey Smollett. I don't know how I feel about the movie, but I like it. I think I like it. But yeah, she just acted her ass off. That's what it was. It was inconsistent with the writing, but like I thought the performances were great. So yeah, if we're gonna use that, not very Tyler Perry, but if that's using just that one movie, right? So I agree with y'all to an extent. So yes, it was a little melodramatic, right? And one thing that I don't like is and they do this with women, is when they do the crying without crying. They do the face and then nothing. But then where I was sold is Naomi, who I think cut the promo of her life. Had like Nino Brown tears, like she really had a tear. And I'm just like, oh, that's what I needed. I need a tear. Wow. And now I'm engaged. And then, when she said like, I wish I would have done it sooner. I wish I would have pushed her harder. Like, yeah, let's go. Let's go.
I did it with a rock.
Oh man, this is absolutely incredible to me. Bianca, something about her facial expression just doesn't do it for me. I think in the chamber, when I got to hear the audio and she's like banging on things, she's screaming, I'm like, okay, that sounds better, right? It looks better. But something about her facial expression, maybe because there was no tears, just doesn't do it for me. But I thought Naomi, promo of the year so far. Just absolutely wonderful. And when Jade picked her up, and she's like, "Yeah, God," hit her with the. Oh my God, I haven't felt that from a promo in a long time, or a segment in a long time. But I'm also invested in Naomi, who I've liked a lot since she first started, and yeah, she's gonna do the job to Jade, but like, the hope is, I guess I hope she'll look good, but it might be a squash match. Who knows? But hopefully it elevated. Right. Yeah. We got to do some heel, like poke in the eye, do something, right?
Give them a stipulation.
Right. Yeah, something. Because Naomi is one of the best talents they got in the women's division. And do not want to see a squash match with her and Jay.
Right. Does not deserve that.
No.
Deserves to put in some work because she's put in some work.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love this for Naomi, and they're finally having non-title feuds for women.
Yes.
Which, going back, Charlotte could have been in one of those. But, she's in this thing with Tiffany Stratton, which is sort of getting mixed reviews. I think, y'all think I hate Charlotte or something. I don't know why. But I think people need to give that time too. People are like, oh, yeah, but let's give it. There's like 5 or 4 weeks left. Let's give it time. It'll get good. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. You know, 15 stars. That's another guy that I won't mention by name. But so Cody Rhodes, cut a promo on SmackDown, cut one on Raw. He's carrying this feud. He looks like a warrior with that eye, man. So if there was one good thing that came out of this Travis Scott thing was that he looks a lot tougher now. So he's telling Cena like, "Hey, you want some? Come get some." So thoughts on that?
Bianca, you can take it.
But Cody's my favorite wrestler. So I back this man up even when he shouldn't be backed up. But yeah, I think both promos are really good. He is carrying it until we see Cena, until they're in the flesh together on Monday at 3 p.m. I'm gonna be in the middle of work.
I'm gonna be in a massage.
You do. I will have to see the rewatch of this. I don't think I'll be able to see this at 3 p.m. But I think this made Cody what we needed. This is what we needed from Cody. We needed him to be a true, just baby face, like a true face. Because beforehand he was titter tottering. When he had the KO match, like could have went either way. So yeah, I think this is what we needed. This is what we came for with Cody, and I hope now when they see each other face to face, there's something that's gonna happen.
For Cody, I'm glad he's finally, like you said, you're in the actual post. Cause I thought he was actually gonna take it at first. Go back to the backhand and all that. He diabolical.
Yeah.
But I think that the promo was excellent. I was at Raw, so
Yeah.
I didn't really get to hear much of it. I was I got my tickets very last minute. I just had to be in the building. But he definitely cut a great promo. Like Vic said, he's carrying it right now. Rock gotta come out with Cena next week to make it solidified. That's what.
All right, so that's a perfect segue because, like you said, Les, you were at Monday Night Raw at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, and I completely get why you just had to be there. So a bunch of things happened besides the Cody Rhodes promo on Raw. You got to see for the first time, right, a Jey Uso's entrance.
Yes.
Now, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna ask the question. But at least I'm sure you were on beat. Is all I'm gonna say. You and Kirsty were on beat. There you go. Yeah, exactly.
It was a lot of people who let's say quarter wall. Them arms are moving a little bit fast, like Ray's doing 3 in the comic do one action, But Raw was great.
It's like they say they move to the word, not the beat. Though.
Exactly.
Go ahead, man. Sorry about that.
But the steel cage match, excellent. Review that I had from the steel cage match, you can see everything. when Roman came out the crowd,
You could see him running from the
bro,
crowd.
I saw him running. Right at first, I just thought it was a regular like in like for the people to set up. Then I saw Paul Heyman,
Ooh, yeah. Hard not to see him.
bro. Once he hopped over the barricade, he pulled Seth Rollins out the ring. The roof flew off the garden, bro. It was crazy in there. Um, Main event was actually a good show. They had Penta on main event. That's why he wasn't on Raw. They wanted to do double duty.
Who do you
And
wrestle?
he wrestled one of the dudes from LW World.
Oh, copy. Exactly.
You were at
That's
they're the
messed up,
tag
man.
team dude.
Whoever
not,
Kofi
dragging
Kingston
me here
was
in
was
the trailer.
having, whoever Kofi was having like
A feud with?
Twitter, yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, copy.
And then Tozawa with Hanzo.
Oh, okay.
That was actually a good match. It was mad quick, but it was a good match. And then they had a match with Michin and
Oh, nice.
Who won that?
Michin.
Okay, cool.
She
It was
been
like she won the match like 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think like a 5-minute time limit or something like that.
Yeah.
Or something like that. That's man, it sounded like a grand old time. But where do y'all think this is gonna go? Because Roman, he was possessed, man. He hits Seth Rollins with the curb stomp. He goes and attacks CM Punk after Paul Heyman was like picking him up. Triple threat seems like the only logical route. Bianca?
Yeah, definitely see this as a triple threat. This is my biggest problem. This should not main event. I don't think this should not main event. This should not be giving Punk his main event on night one just because we got Roman there and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what should main event is the title.
Yeah.
Which title?
It's I really wish it would be the women's, but I think a better match is Jey Uso and Gunther.
I don't think they're gonna have that main event,
I
unfortunately.
don't think that could follow that triple threat.
Yeah.
The crowd will be too gassed.
Unless they open with it.
That's what they're probably gonna do, I think. To open with that. I think there's a decent shot at the women's triple threat.
Yeah.
Main eventing, and we can get into that really quick, because when Rhea lost the championship, she cuts this incredible promo backstage on how it's her fault, and she took her eye off the ball, and she shouldn't. Why did she get mad? Like, there's no friends in this business, or something along those lines. And the very next week, she comes out on like, why were you involved? It wasn't my fault. Da-da-da. So like, there's an inconsistency with her character, where the promo last week is like more human and more like, oh, okay, I can get behind that. And now she's looking like terrible. But who won this was Io, when she slapped the dog, out of.
I heard that shit from the top row.
Whoo! I'm telling you. I was like, yeah, because they really mushed her. Like, yo, that's
They were
wild.
mushing her.
I didn't even appreciate that, bro.
Nah, me neither.
She a champ.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless, she gonna lose that many or not. Right now, don't be doing something.
Facts.
Yeah.
So, what do y'all think of that as a triple threat? Instead of what was sort of seemingly advertised first, was a one-on-one with Bianca and Rhea.
I think they're great.
Yeah. I just feel like they're not giving Io her shine. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Io should have her one-on-one match.
So, if y'all were booking that match, who would y'all have leaving as champion?
Bianca Belair.
Yeah, it's gonna be Bianca.
Same. There's money in a WrestleMania undefeated streak.
Mhm.
So,
First woman to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, again, does not need a championship down the road. Does not need a championship. Like, it writes itself. Where was it? Yeah, so like there were some Undertaker matches. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, with Punk, like hit him with the urn or whatever, like, oh, they gonna actually, like in that moment. So there's like that little anxiety with a Bianca Belair match now, where I'm like, oh, come on,
Crazy.
sometimes I get a little anxious, but then that's good because you get more invested. So, I'm not saying they should go 20-0, but they should go at least 19-0. I like her. I like Bianca Belair. I've been sort of rambling a little bit, but we should mention that I think she might be Booker T's favorite wrestler at this point. Stephanie back here defeated Julia at NXT Roadblock to become a double champion. She's now simultaneously the NXT Women's North American Champion and the NXT Women's Champion. Very congratulations to her.
Yes.
Shout out to all my Chilenos out there. And yeah, her that knee move is nice. It's nice.
Your Devil's Kiss.
That's what
That's
it's
what
called.
Booker T named it.
Oh, I get it. Oh yeah, man. Anyway, congratulations. I mean, she's like a damn near generational talent, I think, man. She's an absolutely incredible wrestler. There was a move, man, where she it was like a Phoenix Splash or something, and then like Julia just caught her, like on a head scissors. I'm just like,
with the
yeah.
armbar.
Oh, the armbar. I was like, yeah, like, whenever they come up to the main roster, they're gonna kill it as well. And I think Julia was hurt, which is why she had to drop the title, if I am correct. So we'll see what that goes with there. Obafemi defeated Moose to retain the NXT title. You're a big fan of Moose,
match.
right? Yeah, I know you're a big fan of Moose, Leslie. So I'm sure you enjoyed that.
And Oba.
Yeah, Oba, he's a monster, man.
Oba is that man, bro.
Yo, but what's gonna happen with Trick Williams though? Because he seems to be teeter, like y'all saying with Cody.
Teeter tottering.
I think this is last few. They call him up after Mania.
I hope, man, and I don't know why, but I hope I don't know, man. Maybe I want more of the same. I want him to just, reunite with Mello on some like Mello's like, oh, and then he just comes in and saves him, and then he's like shocked, like, didn't we just have a blood feud like a couple years ago? He's like, nah, because I was rewatching like their promos, like when they were feuding.
Oh yeah.
And then Melo's like, they love you when you're on the come up, when you're the next thing, and then when you get there, they hate on you, and that's exactly what happened. So I hope it's something along those lines. So I like it. Oh yeah, man. You know what? I think this podcast is just gonna be me just Booker T quotes.
We need a
And we'll get through
soundboard.
it.
Just for Vic to be like,
Over with man.
Oh,
gonna
man.
program that shit in.
So I wanted to introduce this little thing. We're gonna call it Wrestling Roulette. If we come up with a better name, we come up with a better name. But basically, one of us will throw out a match out there, and we'll all watch it, and we'll come back next episode and discuss it. And since there seems to be at least 2 triple threat matches with high stakes at WrestleMania, I'm going to throw one of my own, and that's going to be Vengeance 2002. And that's The Undertaker defending the undisputed title against Kurt Angle and against The Rock. I don't want to oversell it, but it's one of the best triple threat matches I had seen, I think, to that point. Maybe still now. I'd have to see it again. But that's my match, and we're going to watch it, and we're going to talk about it.
I'm here for it.
Cool. Last but not least, our hot tag segment. This is where we sorry. Some snafus, This is where we deliver a hot take on wrestling, and we're gonna do it specifically on this episode of what we talked about. And we just give no explanation. Does anybody want to go first?
Ryu should get the title back.
Wow.
I have questions, but I'm not allowed to,
Fred.
Because before you said, and now you, okay, I can't.
You said if we were booking it,
Right.
but nah. That's why I want to see. Oh, because she just looked good with. Oh,
Oh, I
Wow.
I'm sorry. I broke the rules.
You needed the explanation.
I
It's
did.
really-
I really needed, but I just should have texted you off camera.
You're like, wait, but I need explanation. This is not the segment.
Right. I'm breaking the rules. That's what we do, man. Rules are meant to be broken. Do you have one, Bianca?
So I know I kind of said it in our scrapped episode,
Right.
but I will say it here. I don't think Cena is retiring this year.
I held off so she could say it.
I appreciate that. Throughout, I had a different one, but I was like, he didn't say it. Stop saying it.
Here's mine. I don't know if this is a hot take, to be honest with you. As much as we criticize AEW for a lot of the things they do, that steel cage match, and I don't want to diminish you being there, Les, because that was a special moment, had too much of those AEW NXT things where everybody's kicking out of 80 finishers.
I said that when I was with.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, as Stevie Richards for the NXT, and everybody kick out and they go.
Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano are like the faces of that. And yeah, like I get it, but like it was a little too much, man. It was a little too much. But I don't know, that might have not been a hot take. But that's what I'm sticking with. And that's our episode, I believe. So we're getting through it one episode at a time, man. And this has been a journey, it's been an experience, and I couldn't pick two better people to have ups and downs of these things with, man. But we're gonna just pretend it's all been ups. So
Yeah.
It's always out.
It's always up. My thanks to both of y'all. My thanks to anybody watching. Make sure to subscribe and like the things. Comment. We particularly like negative comments, so you should comment.
Because we will
negatively.
argue.
We will answer you.
Yes,
Trust
we will give you that time of day, that you seek. All right, y'all, man. Till next time. That's Bianca. That's Les. My name is Vic.